Leonardo is well known for its image creation and all the tools that it has available to AI image creators. However, when it comes to video, it has been lacking greatly, but that just may have changed. So as you can see here, the explicit images, none of these are explicit images. This one right here is a husky running through a daisy field. However, if you are interested in better video from Leonardo, make sure you're on Motion 2.0, which has just been recently released. So we need to test 2.0 with 1.0, and we'll use this image right here to see what is the difference between the two versions. So I had Leonardo bring that image to life, and as you can see, this is obviously 1.0, and you can see the eyes, the morphing in the gloves, and a lot of Leonardo's images or videos were exactly like that, just unusable, to be quite honest. We're going to do another comparison, and it's with one of the tougher prompts that I use with AI video generators, and you can see it doesn't do a very good job there either. And let's take a look though at what Motion 2.0 did here on Leonardo. And again, this is not explicit. And here we go. And it looks really nice. Look at the people in the background. We used a square ratio, which is fine. You have multiple options when it comes to your videos. You can organize them and download them, but you can see the model, the hair, the movement. It's all very nice. A much needed upgrade. Oddly enough, one of the toughest prompts is a husky running through a daisy field. So let's take a look and see what Leonardo Motion 1 did. And here we go. This is Leonardo's Motion 1.0, and it's not so good. And this is based off of an image. So this was not text to video, which we will test later. And we will test a number of different platforms to see how Leonardo actually measures up to some of the best. But as you can see here, 1.0 just didn't do it. And that's why we so desperately needed this upgrade, because none of the videos that I ever created with Leonardo were usable. And here we go with Leonardo Motion 2. And yeah, it's kind of bright, or what we might say is hot on one side, a little overexposed, actually a lot overexposed, but still the motion, the movement, it's very realistic. And it's probably one of the better versions that I've seen. Not perfect, of course, but when you compare to what we had to this, and this measures up to many of the other AI video platforms, hey, I'm in. So going back to this model, let's compare to some of the other AI models to see if it measures up at all. Here's Kling, and I would say Leonardo did a better job. This model is walking backwards. There's nice movement in this video clip. And honestly, Kling is often one of the top 2 winners whenever I compare multiple AI models. So right now, I would say Leonardo just beat out Kling. Here's Pika, and Pika is a favorite of mine, especially for some specialty uses, but again, not so good with this prompt and this image. Kling did better, but I think Leonardo did even better than that. What do you think? And here's Google's VO2, and this is solid. Look at the people in the background, the model, the movement. It is a horizontal versus the square from the original image, but I would say VO did an excellent job, and of course, I think Leonardo was one of the top. Let's explore a little further. So I went over to ChatGPT o3 Mini, and after a little bit of back and forth, we came up with this prompt in a sprawling megacity of 2085. Take a look and read the details here. And let's compare to see how the other AI generators did in interpreting this tough prompt for video generators. So here we go with Leonardo, and it did adhere to some elements, but there's no kind of human cyborg or whatever it was in that prompt in this image. When I first looked at it, I was thinking, well, this is totally off. It's futuristic, but the lights and some of what it was interpreting out of that little bit larger prompt, again, is about, I don't know, a paragraph long. At least that's what I asked for. And there's a lot of detail in there. And many times the different AIs will take part of what you're asking for, but will miss some elements. And with that thought, I thought I would try it again just to see if this was a fluke, was it really listening to what I was asking for. Let's take a look. And the answer to that is, well, here we go. It's still a futuristic, the lighting, that element of the prompt is being recognized, I guess, but not really. Let's see what the other AIs did. That'll help us kind of come to a conclusion of how well Leonardo is interpreting this prompt. Okay, here's Kling, and yeah, we can see that it is futuristic. It's adhering to many of the elements. It's okay, but it seems you have the kind of the cyborg human type. I don't know. Anyway, it's all, I mean, there's some morphing here, but I think it is actually listening more so to the prompt than Leonardo did. Let's see how the others fared. So here we go with Pika, and yeah, futuristic. We have some of the lights. We don't really have the people, though. It seems to be missing some of those elements there. The futuristic, but it is very futuristic. It is a pretty cool image, if you want my opinion, but well, we'll see. Let's continue on. So here is Google's VO2, and it kind of tells a story. It certainly covers many of the elements. So yeah, I think we are right on there. Has a futuristic. I think it covers a lot of what was in that prompt. So it did a good job. Some of the people, creatures, robots are kind of moving backwards there, but it is cutting through like a story. So I give it a lot of credit for holding up. Here's One Pro, and yeah, it's very abstract. It again, I think the first part, you can tell where some of the AIs kind of took the first part of the prompt and kind of left the rest behind, because a lot of the description of the people or cyborgs or whatever it was off the top of my head, but you know what I mean, the human type elements or robots, they're not there. And so you can kind of see that maybe, such as Leonardo, you may not want more than a sentence because it's not going to read or adhere to much more than that, kind of like with Juan. So here's Luma Labs Dream Machine, and wow, pretty good, very futuristic. You got the kind of the cyber human-ish kind of people, the drones, the colors, not bad at all. I mean, you could certainly nitpick the quality and some of that morphing, but I think what I've really been looking at as we've been going through these is how far down that list did the AI go to adhere to that prompt. And I think Luma Labs Dream Machine, I think it's Ray 2. Yeah, Ray 2 did an excellent job here. Here we are with Sora, and yeah, Sora didn't go too deep. I mean, we have the lighting, the holographic feel to it. And again, I have a feeling that some of the prompt kind of contradicted each other, and that's why all the elements don't work, but it was designed to be a very tough, at least that's what I asked for, is a challenging prompt for all of these AI, so we could see how Leonardo held up compared to some of the best. And here are some of the other ones from Sora, which is OpenAI, ChatGPT's AI video generator. And here we go again. So we got 4 versions. Ultimately, this is a test for Leonardo. And so let's see if we can use a simpler prompt, but a challenging prompt with text to video, a text to video prompt within Leonardo to see if you actually need an image for it to work well, which would make plenty of sense within Leonardo, because that is an image creation platform that you can now bring to life in a very good way. But does text to image work well with Leonardo? Let's check it out. So here we go. A future A photo of a futuristic man with a laser and a smile in front of a colorful futuristic background. Let's see how this works out. And here we go. And yeah, he has a nice smile. It's not that colorful of a background. But it is a laser, and yeah, I think it's good actually. But let's make it a multicolored background, just to see if we can get more out of the background. It's very monochromatic. So multicolor futuristic background. And here we go. Wow. Yeah, very colorful background. I don't like the reflections on the helmet. I don't like the guy as much as I did the other guy. But this is giving me what I was asking for. So I'm going to use this for the thumbnail, and that's why I wanted to do one more round. See if I could find a good one for the thumbnail. And here we are. So I'll probably end up using this image, especially because of all the colors. And if you're interested in keeping up to date with creative AI, definitely check out the podcast. It's every Monday on this YouTube channel and, of course, your favorite podcast location. We also have a free webinar over at creativeaishow.com. Just click on the tab that says, well, Webinar 2025. And as always, we are two creative guys talking AI.